Sup, gigglers?
Gary, fix the Wi-Fi.
Manifest that shit.
We can't be managed. I mean, the day just got away from me.
What's up, my giggly piglies?
That's a good one.
You're so mean.
What? I'm being serious. See, that's what's wrong with people. I say something and they're immediately like, that's like, no way that came out of your mouth in a nice way.
Whenever you're nice, I get uncomfy.
So even when I try to be nice, people are like, no. And I'm like, all right, fuck you then.
I've been doing this new thing where if people ask my age, I say I'm 30 and like 16 months.
Mm-hmm. Like a baby.
Literally like an annoying mom who's like, my baby is
87 months right now.
Wouldn't it be funny if someone asked your age and you're like, I'm 872 months? What about it?
42 hours, 6 minutes.
Yeah, you're a fresh 30. You just popped out.
I'm 1 month actually. Today, I'm 1 month 30.
Wow.
I realized I was 1 month 30 when actually this weekend I was at a bar, which wasn't even the craziest part. I was at a bar.
Did you get lost?
And first I had to go bridesmaids dress shopping with one of my girlfriends and all her bridesmaids. Then we went to brunch. Then we went to a bar. Then we went to another bar. Okay?
That's a full bachelorette
No,
party.
I had a full bachelorette. We started at 11 a.m. I got home at like 4. But when I was standing in the bar, I realized that I have this weird, like once it happens upon me that I can leave, like I can go home, I have to immediately go. So like I turned to Craig and I was like, I gotta go. And he was like, okay, like in like 15 minutes. And I was like, nope, I have to go now. And I just literally darted away. And I get an Uber, and then he's like running out of the bar being like, I had to close my tab. Why are you always trying to leave me? And I was like, I'm not trying to leave you, like, but you know the address. Like when I feel like I have to get out, I have to get out. It was like I was in labor.
No, you left Craig with
like my friends.
You're like, I don't know. Get your card tomorrow. We're leaving. Like a normal person. Forget your card at the bar like a normal person.
I have to go. And then I get home, I make Craig walk across the street, get Chick-fil-A. When he gets up to the apartment, I'm already in my jammies on the couch ready to eat. He said I had 1 hour to sleep, and then we had to go somewhere else. In my head, right before I'm falling asleep, I'm like, no way am I going
I hate when my significant other tells me I have to do anything. Like, I could be ready to wake up, and he goes, you should get up. Sorry, now I need to be in bed for another 4 hours.
Yeah,
for no
like,
reason.
I was just like, as I'm falling asleep peacefully, I'm like, I'm not going anywhere tonight. I wake up. I don't even really fully open my eyes. He looks at me, and he goes, you don't have to come if you don't want to. And I go, yay! And then I stayed in bed for the rest of the night.
Where does he get his energy from?
I have no idea. I was like, you're crazy. I was like, I did something in the daytime. I can't then do something at the nighttime. What am I? A spry 24? I don't get out of here.
That's when you go, I'm 30 and a month.
It felt so 30 too, because then he left, and at about 8:30 I felt good. So I like got up, cleaned my kitchen, got my room ready for bed, made my list of what I wanted to get accomplished on my Sunday, lit 2 candles, turned my Christmas lights on. I was like, this is so nice.
You unfortunately, like, you have a lot of good things going on in your life, but God had to balance it out and give you a boyfriend who likes activities.
It's so
You have to like call other people and set up play dates for him so he's tired by the time he hangs out with you. That's why I'm with a guy in his 40s. That man is exhausted.
I literally sent him out with Sierra. I was like, Sierra's out. She'll play with you. Call her. I was like, okay.
Speaking of fast food, I have a giggler story. I was downtown in the financial district, also known as Fi-Di for the kids. And I'm just standing on a corner in front of Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I look kind of shady, I think.
Yeah.
And a girl runs up to me and she goes, hey, I'm a giggler. I love your podcast. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you. And she goes, what are you doing? And I go, honestly, I'm sitting outside this Taco Bell trying to decide if I should get Taco Bell. You know when you're just looking at it and you're like, this day could go two ways.
Yeah. Yep.
I could be the epitome of health.
Wait, was that yesterday? When was that?
It was 2 or 3 days ago. It was Friday.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Because I had a Taco Bell conundrum myself this past weekend, which is just so funny that we both
The giggler, I just said, I don't know if I should get Taco Bell or not. It was like 3 p.m. It definitely wasn't lunch or dinner. And she looks at me and she goes, do you get that gordita crunch wrap? And I said, absolutely. And I don't even say goodbye. I just walk into the Taco Bell.
You want to know what Taco Bell is great for? Your high cholesterol.
That was mean. That was mean to bring up something that we all are sensitive about right now. We're all worried about me. And you think it's a joke to bring up my high cholesterol. My heart can barely beat with the level of saturated fat that's inside me right now. And you think it's funny.
Hannah's been doing this new thing that like anything she sees about a Scorpio online, like that's so evil, she just sends it to me. And yesterday the meme of the day was literally like Scorpios love revenge. And I sat there and I looked at it and I was like, genuinely, I don't think there's anything I love more in the world than someone who deserves bad karma and like that I get to watch them receive it. I love revenge.
And the thing about Italians and revenge, we don't care how long it takes. It could take 35 years. I'll wait. I'll wait that out. I have all the time in the world. I have all the time in the world. Sometimes I look at something and I'm like, this is going to take a while. But you know what? Revenge is a dish served cold.
If you hear me on the phone with my mom and you hear the words, don't worry, she'll get hers, be scared. Be for real, because that we mean it. Like, we're not worried. It will come to you. And when it does, we will watch.
In my intensive therapy, I have learned that you can you can try to like get revenge on people, but like God's work is always way more intricate and better than you can ever try to plan yourself. You sit back and you see what creative the universe has for these people who have hurt you. Just you sit back, and it could be until you're 90. It could be in heaven. I'll wait.
I have so many ex-boyfriends who are bald, and I feel like I did that. You know, I brought that upon them. I said, "You want to be mean to me? Watch this. Watch your hairline recede."
You know how many hairlines are receding because of Paige DeSorbo? They call it the colloquial. You put the colloquial on. That's like a Sicilian.
No, that's colloquial.
What's colloquial? Is a colloquial like a? That's an STD.
Wait, I'm dying. I'm Googling. Colloquial is like schooling. How do you spell colloquial?
Pinocchio?
Colloquial is used in ordinary or familiar conversation, not formal or literally.
Okay, it's one of those
colloquial and everyday language. You're thinking of the Italian thing is like the Maloik, isn't it?
Malocchio.
No. Whatever. It's Italians throw the hex of normal language.
It's called the evil eye. The Malocchio.
I think it's just pronounced the Maloik.
It's Malocchio. Sicilian Americans have been raised to believe in the powers of the Malocchio.
I don't think you're saying it correctly, but yes. Yeah.
Oh, God. Anyway. So we wish the best for everyone.
Unless you deserve that, then we have nothing to do with that. And that you did that to yourself. Did you see my TikTok where I put potatoes in my socks?
You what?
Did you see my TikTok where I put potatoes in my socks?
I didn't.
Okay, well, I kept seeing this like viral TikTok where people were like, if you don't feel well, put potatoes in your socks and sleep with them in your socks. So what did I do?
While you're wearing it?
Yes.
Okay, so you're sleeping with tape over your mouth, potatoes in your sock, petroleum jelly on your face.
I stopped sleeping with tape over my mouth because my mom told me to stop, so I stopped.
Why? She was like, if someone comes in, you can't yell.
There were all these articles about how, like, you can have a stroke. She was like, please stop. Like, just, like, work out once in a while and eat a fruit. Like, it's enough. You're always trying to.
It's true. At the end of the day, it's like, what did people do back in the day? I mean, they did only live till 25, but they weren't taping their mouths.
Yeah, she was like, if you didn't live like a psychopath trying to, like, cut the system and drank up green juice once in a while, you wouldn't feel the need to tape your mouth. What was I saying?
The potato in your feet.
Oh, potatoes in my socks. People were so mad at me on TikTok. They were like, first of all, it was supposed to be onions. Second of all, you're disgusting. And I was like, okay, well, obviously we have a different TikTok algorithm.
Wait, is this like to prevent vampires from coming in your room? Oh, that's garlic.
That's garlic. So you cut 2 slices, leave them out overnight, like on the counter, because they oxidize. So they obviously get like a little brown. And then the other ones in your socks are supposed to pull toxins from the bottom of your feet. I mean, some people's that were really sick, like they took them out of their socks and they were full on black. Mine weren't that dark, but I wasn't like that sick. So I think it works.
Did you feel better?
I felt okay. I didn't feel like, oh my God, I feel so much better. But like, I was sick like 3 days prior to that. Like I was on the mend. So I don't know. I should have done it like when I was like fully incubus.
Gigglers, don't put spuds in your socks.
Unless
Don't
you
start
want
spud
to.
socking.
Unless you want to try it. I have red onion. I might try the onion tonight.
Craig is going to be like, what is that horrific smell?
He is used to me doing weird things before bed.
Next episode, do you know what we have to do? We have to tell each other our icks of each other.
Oh. I feel like I could do it right now.
Okay, let's do it.
Like, I don't feel like I have to think or, like, write them down.
I'll do it right now.
Okay. One of my icks is that... One of my icks is that, like, if you have to fart, like, no matter where we are, like, and it's, like, life or death, like, we could be in a crowded room and, like, you have to do it. Like, you'll do it. And, like, that puts me in a really uncomfortable position sometimes because, like, I know it's you. And, like,
okay, you want me to hold it in and possibly die? You want to hold the toxins inside me? I don't need maybe if you farted more, you wouldn't have to put potatoes under your feet.
Okay, now you do one for me.
Okay, this one's obvious. My biggest ick about you.
I don't think it's obvious.
Is how most people, when they're around animals, they feel joy, but you fat shame your own dog and make it insecure about how it looks.
That's so not true. That's so not true, but okay, I'll take it. One of my icks for you is that, like, I will tell you that I'm ordering food and I will be like, hey, I'm getting this. Do you want me to also get you this? And you're like, no, I'm not really that hungry. And then, like, if I walk away from my food for a half a millisecond, you will have devoured it, completely finished it. And then been like, I think now I'll order my own. Like, you will use my leftovers as an appetizer.
Okay, my biggest ick about you is you'll look at the menu and order the most unhealthy, like, amazing tasting thing, somehow only have 4 bites, and then leave it in front of me as if knowing that I'm not going to have to eat it. Because if it's in front of me, I have to eat it.
I tempt you and test you.
You're literally trying to turn me into your fat dog.
I am solely responsible for your high cholesterol.
Yeah. You will order nachos, have 2 bites, and be like, oh, I'm so full. And then I'm like, well, to the face.
Wow, that is so true. I think that's all I really have. I'll think of some more for next time. But those are off the top of my head.
I have another one.
Okay.
My biggest ick about you is that when you get a pimple, you make it your whole personality. Like, you literally can't do anything without mentioning it, touching it, or talking about how you're going to fix it. And I'm like, there needs to be more going on in the world than your pimple.
That was a really good one because that's so true.
I have another ick.
Oh my God. What is this one?
Okay, whenever you're making a point,
Yes.
you have to, like, you literally take out your finger, which is like so abnormally long and skinny that like everyone in the room is like, is she gonna stab someone? And I'm like, no, she's just making like a basic point. But you do it, and the finger the finger has like a full life of its own.
Full mind of its own. Own zip code, own thoughts. I'm really just relaying my finger's thoughts on a situation.
You're really just a finger with an outfit attached to it. Oh God. Anyway, wait, this is like inappropriate and so random, but this reminds me of, can you explain what soaking is, what the Mormons do?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Yes, I've been waiting for you to bring this up.
It's this thing Mormons do so they basically can have without having.
Oh wow, what is that?
I can't believe we haven't talked about it on the pod. Soaking, also known as marinating or floating, is this practice of inserting the penis into the vagina, but not thrusting.
No, that's some sick foreplay. Mormons are freaky.
But then apparently they do this thing where like they're on the bed.
I hate that it's called soaking.
And they're soaking, and then someone can move the bed underneath them so that they move as long as they're not the one moving it. Look, I thought P in the V meant, I didn't know that thrusting was what had to happen.
I mean, I guess I do soaking when I'm really tired. But that's just me being lazy. Some woman wrote that in the Mormon church. She was like, here's what we do. We just tell them that we have to lay there
and put it in, and we're good, bro. We're good.
You can't convince the men to do anything if you just make them think it was their idea.
When I first lost my virginity, I don't think I really lost it because he like kind of put it in, and I was like, ow.
Yeah, and you're like,
I didn't know if I lost my virginity or not because he definitely didn't break my hymen.
I think mine had already been broken. Like, I learned to ride a bike when I was little, you know,
No, he definitely, I remember he like kind of put it in, and I was like, ow. And then the next day I was like, I lost my virginity.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm probably never going to do that again. Like, that was painful.
And he definitely like did not have a big dick.
Not at all.
And I was like, I like never used a tampon. I was still using pads.
That's how you know you were too young to have. We had never even put tampons in.
Do you remember how scared you were of a tampon? Like, I was like, that has to go in me. Now I'll shove like 7 in me.
I'd be like, I dare you to try and leak,
just to
bitch.
feel something. Oh yeah, we have to update you. Paige and I are very anti-tampon lately, just coincidentally.
I hate tampons. I refuse. Honestly,
do you think it's depression?
No, I think it's fighting the patriarchy. I'm not plugging my like bodily fluids from coming out. Also, like, I just feel like it's not good for you. If it has to come out, let it come out.
Yeah, I feel like it's 2022 and we're still shoving like a hefty cotton ball up our puss. like
I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore.
I will get my period and just wear black granny panties from Amazon and just let my freak flag fly.
I've been literally like wearing pads.
You're wearing pads?
I've been wearing like the panty liner ones because I'm just like, I'm not doing a tampon because since I've been on birth control, my period is not nearly as heavy as it like used to be. So like I would have to change my tampon so much during the day. Now like I really don't have to. If I could keep one in for a day, even though like you're not supposed to do that. So I'm like, okay, I'm not like leaking all over. So like I'm just not wearing one, and like
it's true. It makes me feel like badass.
It kind of does. I always say this to Craig, and he always gets like not grossed out, but he's just like, stop. I'm like, isn't it crazy that we can bleed for 7 days, we just don't die? And he's like, it's not like real blood though. I was like, what is it? Then what is it?
It's not real blood.
I'm like, it's not fake blood. Like,
oh, it's not real blood? Okay, taste it. Tell me if that isn't pure iron. Go down on me now, then.
pure iron.
What the? No, it's more than real blood. It gets like chunky.
Couldn't be more real. It's coming.
It's our insides becoming our outsides. Oh, you got a paper cut once? That is some like amateur blood.
No,
This blood has like goo.
Yeah, this blood has depth to it. I'm also on a TikTok algorithm of like things that happen to you that can happen to you like on your period.
Paige.
That's a weird one too that I didn't ask for. Some girl lost her whole literal uterus, like literally like pooped it out, and it can happen like if it happens to you once in your life, it'll never happen to you again.
I think I pooped out my uterus earlier today. But that was just because I had coffee and a bacon, egg, and cheese.
No, she said it literally came out in a triangle.
Are you sure it wasn't just a worm?
Speaking of that, where are we on parasite cleansing?
Okay, so you know, we talk on Giggling Squad, and then we see what the gigglers have to say about the episode.
Yeah.
I had like one person say that they had a good experience, but then I had a lot of doctors say like they'll kill me if I did it.
Really? Ugh, I love when the doctors like get in the DMs and they're like, we like listening to you guys because it's funny, but we have to stop you sometimes. Like, you're idiots. I can't wait to get a DM being like, stop putting potatoes in your socks. It's not doing anything.
But it is true. I think less is more. I don't think I'm hungry all the time because I have a parasite. I think it's because I am emotionally eating and trying to soothe my trauma as a child through carbs.
Yep. We're a marketing team's dream.
We are.
Like, we really are. We should just be paid. We should just start joining focus groups because we'll try it all.
Also, I do have to say a pet peeve because I was in FIDI. And what do you think I do in FIDI? I get lost. The streets are so little.
Yep.
The GPS can't even tell. And I ask someone directions.
Doesn't know where you are. The amount of times I've looked at my GPS and been like, I'm in a major city. Okay. You should have figured out what street I'm standing on by now.
You feel like a ghost because they don't know. GPS doesn't know where you are. The Uber just drops you off in a random street, and you're like,
"There's
this
streets
isn't my
that are
street."
just blocked off, and they're like, well, we don't know how to get there. I'm like, okay.
So my biggest pet peeve happened to me where I asked someone where to go, and they were like, "Oh, it's like 10 minutes north."
That.
Do I look like Indiana Jones to you? But
oh shoot! Let me pull out my compass really quick.
Are we in the Wild West? Because I can't even like survive this block. Might as well you giving me like, oh, towards the Pacific Ocean. Thank you. But then I think I have resting like Pete Pleasant face. Like people come up to me and talk to me. They always ask me for directions.
Yeah, I've never. No one's ever come up to me and asked for directions.
Wait, I'm so envious. I'm the girl. I'm always mind my own business, and someone goes, "Oh my God, excuse me."
I've definitely also given the wrong directions because I've been so taken aback that someone's asked me for directions that I just say whatever comes out of my mouth, and then I'm walking away, and I'm like, "That's wrong. That's wrong."
That's bad karma. That's Malocchio.
That's bad.
You're gonna get the Malocchio. I posted a TikTok video of one of the jokes we did in a live show about Nick Cannon
and his babies.
Yeah, because you were telling us in Atlanta, you were talking about how Nick Cannon has 11 kids, but it's really not. The crazier thing than the amount of kids is what he's naming these children.
Yes. Moroccan and Monroe.
Which is cute.
Cute. Golden Sagon Cannon. Which sounds like a new restaurant, and it sounds good, too. A+ in that window.
Honestly, I'm hungry.
Starving. Powerful Queen Cannon.
That literally sounds like the name of my vibrator.
Mm-hmm. Zen Cannon. It's in Palm Springs. And you can buy festival tickets soon. We'll let you know when the link is up. Onyx Ice Cold Cannon, which is a new energy drink that has vodka in it.
Or the name of a wrestler.
Oh, yeah, that's Stone Cold Steve Austin's protege. Onyx Ice Cold. Rise Messiah. Full cult. Full cult.
Take my money.
They make t-shirts. And then baby number 11, only because they have not named that child yet.
So some people think he's naming these kids this to protect their identities. But, like, no one asked him to give these names anyway.
Protect their identities? What do you mean? We got the names. Full, first, middle, and last. We know them. We know their moms. We know how many you have with each. What identity are you protecting?
Nick is also in the hospital right now, and I feel bad because people are not being empathetic. They're like, I hope he's getting a vasectomy.
I mean, he has pneumonia. He's fine.
Pneumonia in the hospital is bad, though.
Yeah, okay, sorry. I take it back.
And
bad
he is
karma,
a father of
bad
like 12
karma.
children. You go, suck it up, Nick. It's a cold.
Literally. Men are the worst. They really...
True. Men are
really
going to the
are.
hospital for a sniffle.
You know that there's like 4 female nurses that are like, we told him he had pneumonia because he wouldn't shut up. He literally has strep throat. It's enough.
Oh my God. There's a dope documentary about the killing nurse.
Haven't seen it.
There was this nurse who everyone loved who became the biggest serial killer. It was like in New Jersey, who was just putting crazy in people's IVs and killing them.
Man or a woman?
A man. His excuse was
classic.
he was like I mean, obviously. His excuse was that he was taking them out of their misery, but a lot of these people were like fine. Like they were going through it, but like they weren't going to die.
I broke my arm.
Like these men have sniffles and you're killing them. But yeah, killer nurses is a thing. Most nurses are literally heroes and the greatest people alive.
I wonder, like, since nurses do know how to kill people, like, why there aren't more killer nurses? Or are they just so good at it that they just don't get caught?
No, do you know why there's not
Why?
more killer nurses? Because most nurses are women.
No, seriously. That's so true.
Because women want to create and men want to destroy. Not gay men, though.
No, the men are just the worst. I mean, I don't know how many times we have to say it until it catches on. It's too much.
I just saw the Julia Fox thing where she was talking about how everyone's mad about, like, that there's a pedophile ring in Hollywood that's getting exposed. And she's like, there's actually pedophile rings everywhere. And it's the men. So keep an eye out. I watched the Casey Anthony doc.
Oh my God, wait. Okay, my TikTok algorithm, it's like, are you ever in your TikTok algorithm and you're just like, I think TikTok thinks I'm depressed and a literal sociopath? Because my whole TikTok algorithm is, how many times can I say TikTok algorithm? is conspiracies like about the world, where I end up like catching myself being like, that's crazy, Paige. You're going to start putting like tinfoil on your head if you keep watching these. And then it's also just like murder, jail TikTok, conspiracy theory. Are you a real human? I'm like, oh my God.
Or they've overheard your conversation with Craig about how birds aren't real and they've really stuck with it.
Wow. That I'm sticking to. Okay, the Casey Anthony thing. Tell me what you thought when you watched it. It was on Peacock, right?
I know that some people are mad that they're saying you're giving a murderer this like place to speak, this platform.
Yeah, immediate red flag. I feel like I want a news source, like an ABC, NBC, CBS. I'd even go BBC for the Brits. Like, I want a news source.
So it begins, and she does seem kind of like trying too hard and kind of phony. Then the person interviewing her says, why would you agree to something that you don't have creative control of? Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh.
Okay.
Interesting. So basically, it seems like they're coming at it from this isn't Casey Anthony producing this. This is us, and we're interviewing her and other people.
We're getting the facts.
But I do have to say, it is definitely biased.
Very interesting. Wait, just so that I have all the information.
Yeah.
She's saying that it was her dad that did it, and that her dad molested her and her daughter, or just her?
Both.
Interesting.
There's also still holes in the argument that is confusing. Like, you don't leave being like, oh, that's super simple. It's very confusing. But long story short, she was taking a nap with her daughter, and then she gets woken up, and the dad's like, where's Kaylee? And then she goes outside, and the dad hands her Kaylee, and Kaylee's like wet and like seems to not be okay. And the dad says, I'm going to handle this. Trust me. walks away, and then she doesn't see her kid for 30 days, and she's like partying, it showed, and everyone was really mad because they're like, this girl's partying. And then the mom calls 30 days later the police and says, my daughter's been gone for 30 days, and my granddaughter's been gone for 30 days. I just found out. And then when they ask her about it, she lies and says all these different things. So
yeah, like she says she gave it to a nanny and like
she gave it to
all
a
these
nanny.
things.
She worked at a different place.
If it really was the dad though, and you're on trial for murder of your daughter and you have the potential to be going to jail for the rest of your life, why was this never brought up then? Like, why wasn't she like, my dad has molested me my entire life, I think he has something to do with it? Because the dad was also never placed as a suspect at once at all.
Which is very weird. And in the documentary, they asked the cops, they were like, why was he never questioned as a suspect? And they were like, well, he was like helping a lot, and he was telling us all these issues with the mom. And they were like, did anyone else confirm those things? And they were like, no, just him. And he was a former cop, so he was very like in with the cops, kind of like, I'm here to help you. And then on her trial, he to the media would say, I think my daughter's innocent, but then on trial, he blamed her the whole time and kept going on trial to go against his daughter. And going back at that seems kind of crazy. And the mom wasn't. So crazy. The dad was literally like, put my daughter in jail. She killed Kaylee. And then to the media, he would say other things.
Even if I knew my daughter killed my granddaughter, I'm not opening my mouth.
Clearly there was a lot of things happening with this family.
Yes.
And this poor girl is a result of some of the really deep, dark
God, Hannah, it's a Sunday.
I know. It's the holy day.
Why are you giving me this much angst?
Also, you have gray nails? Who is she?
I know. I don't really love it, but whatever.
Is it silver or gray?
It's gray. No, it's like regular gray. But they're getting better. My nails are finally like growing back to normal after you put a hex on it.
I have a funny nail story. I got my nails done and I wanted to do the Hailey Bieber glazed donut nail.
Yep.
And I see it. I tell her this is what I want. And she starts doing it and it's clear.
So
like,
what did you do?
It's too clear. Like you could see through it. And she starts talking and she's like, yeah, I've never seen someone just want this color. They normally want the color underneath that makes it like a pearl. And I was about to be like, that's what I want. And she goes, but that style's so out. No one's getting it anymore. And then I just sat there.
She literally tricked you and shamed you. And
she was like, no one's getting the glazed donut nails anymore. And I was like, I would rather have nails that I don't want than this woman think I'm a loser.
No, literally. I will take heinous nails over ever saying anything. Just like, you're so right.
No,
why would I ever think
I hate
that?
when my like nails show through the nail color. Like I just don't. I want it to look ugh. But I couldn't look like a has-been last season dork.
Or when you randomly have those like white, you get those like calcium deficient, like random, like a white spot on your nail.
Yeah, I call them like moons or something, like half.
And it's like so embarrassing. If anyone ever saw that like you had one, I would die.
Oh my God, I have some.
You do? Let me see.
I mean, you can't see them now. Sometimes I thought it's when your nail got hit by something.
No, then that's like when it turns black and blue.
Oh,
the white things on your nails are like, yeah, vitamin deficiency. You know what Julia Fox said the other day that I found?
Our new Brene Brown.
Our new Brene Brown, which I found so interesting. The Housewives, Erica Jane's husband did some. Erica Jane was getting absolutely annihilated, like way more than the husband. Like,
oh, yeah.
You definitely knew, you're like a part of this, you're the most evil person, you're awful. Jen Shaw allegedly did some and might go to jail for a long time for scamming a bunch of people. Not one article has ever been printed about her husband and if her husband knew what she was doing, if her husband benefited from any of the lifestyle. No mention of her full husband one time, which is so crazy. So crazy. Not that this is related at all in any capacity. But it kind of reminds me of like Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
Like Pamela Anderson didn't do anything somebody leaked her tape as revenge on her husband, and she got the brunt of it. And like all media wanted to do was just like tear this woman apart because it was easy to tear apart because she was stunning, had fake boobs, was blonde, and like posed in Playboy. And they ruined her life because like it sold magazines and like people tuned in. Also think about like all the Balenciaga stuff. Everyone's like so mad that certain people haven't said anything, which I do think it's like disgusting if they have like we cancel people over like the dumbest ever, and people aren't like fully canceling Balenciaga. That's crazy. But like I haven't seen any articles where it has said anything about any men that haven't spoken out against Balenciaga when like men wear Balenciaga all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Men, speak up against Balenciaga.
Yeah, it's you're the reason we're in this situation anyway.
True.
Like you're disgusting.
They had they sued their production company, and now they dropped the lawsuit. What the fuck is that?
I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know.
Paige, what's going on with the fashion world?
The fashion world is literally crumbling. I also think that like Kim's response was, and I love Kim, dumb as hell. Like
what was it? I don't read long paragraphs. It was basically
like I haven't said anything because I wanted to take the time to talk to the Balenciaga team and make sure they realized like what they had done. There's just like no convincing me that Balenciaga like had no idea what was going on. Like they purposely put like different pedophile signature things in a campaign and thought that like no one was going to realize, like no one in the real world was going to realize it. Like I think they did it as like Easter eggs. And like for Kim to be like, "Oh, I got to decide." Like, what, dude? No, you don't. You also don't need Balenciaga money. You're a billionaire. Who cares if you cut ties? Fendi will pick you right up. Like, true. I don't get, like, who cares? And then also, wait, what do you think about her getting $200,000 a month from Kanye?
Oh my God.
I think that's kind of nuts.
Well, how many kids do they have?
4.
Okay, so each kid's getting $50K. Sorry, that was pretty impressive math. That was very quick. No, I did it beforehand. Yeah, I mean, it's to keep up with their lifestyle. But I guess Kanye is still financially doing okay.
I mean, who knows? The man's nuts. The man is nuts.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to figure out how to pay rent this month because I finally caved and I bought the Dyson Airwrap.
Oh my, with all the attachments?
Yeah, and I got the long one.
Slut.
I know.
Did you get the hot pink
Such
one?
a naughty little bitch.
Did you get hot
but
pink
like
or the
it's
blue
the kind
one?
of purchase where like I bought it and like I don't know if I'm ever gonna use it.
I have a Dyson hair straightener and I've never used it. Want to know why? I can't figure out how to turn it on. I literally have no idea how to turn it on. I feel like I'm like a 65-year-old young grandma that I'm trying to be hip, and I'm like, I don't know how to turn it on though.
Why would you buy the hair straightener when you have like 10 straighteners?
It got sent to me in a PR package, and it was like wireless, and I was like, wow, this is sick to like bring away with me or whatever. And I would turn it on and it would go off, and then I would charge it, and then I was just like, phew.
Do you have any of those hair brushes that are also a hair dryer?
Yeah, I have one of those. Yeah.
Do you
I have
like
a
them?
Revlon one. I mean, I did really like it when I had long hair, but I never use it now.
Think of the Dyson Airwrap. If I have to do multiple YouTube tutorials to figure out how to use it,
no, I feel like
that's
you
too
got
much
it really,
admin.
You got it really just for the curling iron, right?
Well, they said, like, there's all these rules. Like, you have to wait for the hair to want to go around it. You can't force the hair onto it. And I was like, okay.
Oh, okay.
They were like, let the hair go in as it pleases. And I'm like, this is already, my hair does not, I don't trust my hair. Then you have to go hot for 10 seconds. And then you have to zap it with cool.
Okay.
And then you kind of have to like keep it, it's like, and then you have to turn it depending on which direction you want it to go. I think I'm either going to love it if I ever try it. But like when I decide I need to go out, I have 30 minutes and I'm not about to like take on a whole like Transformers situation.
I'm anxious to see you try it. I will say that.
I'm afraid I'm gonna like, I don't know.
Should I
lose
buy
my
one?
hair. I am very into like dual makeup though. Someone was telling me about this thing. It's a serum mixed with a concealer or a foundation. And I like when it doubles up because it's like I get it done in one shot. Also, Grande Cosmetics, they have the serum for the eyelashes that's also an eyeliner. So I won't forget to do the serum.
Okay, interesting. It's like black eyeliner.
Yeah.
So you wear it. That's also interesting. Wow. I did just order on Amazon hair oil that I keep seeing people like before you wash your hair, you put this like rosemary oil in your hair and it's supposed to make it thicker and like grow more.
So you smell like focaccia?
I mean, a dream, a literal dream. I just ordered that on Amazon. I've yet to use it. But I'm excited to do that. I love oiling up my hair.
Why do I enjoy shopping more than actually using anything that I buy?
The amount of times that I've never touched half the things I've ordered from Amazon, or I'm like a kid. Like I'll play with it for 2 weeks and then I'll be like, okay, I'm done with this toy.
No, I guess we're just like big kids.
Capitalism really pops off.
Also, I forgot to tell you, I'm going to Aruba tomorrow.
Yes. For how long?
We're going for a week, Des and I. We're doing some comedy there. There's like a comedy club. So we're technically working. It's a work trip, but I'm going to tan the whole time.
Wait, that's so lovely. Are you going to gamble?
I'm scared of gambling.
You might like it.
You've turned into quite the little gambler, though. You won't stop bringing it up. Then I have to go to a wedding after Aruba, and then the ski season begins. We're going to Utah. My toenail just grew back perfectly. Like, she's finally beautiful again. I'm about to lose her. So say goodbye to her. And I met Brooks finally in person from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. He's amazing. He's hilarious. He's a giggler for sure.
I like him because I love someone that's like monotoned, who's like actually saying nice things to you, but like it could be taken like rudely. Like he was like, "Hi, so nice to meet you. Such a big fan." And I was like, but in my head I was like, it just sounded like you told me to f off and you hate me.
Well, he's also like gorgeous, like could be a model.
Yeah, definitely. Very good looking.
Stunning cheekbones, gorgeous lips. I run into him in the funniest way. I was at an event that I didn't necessarily want to be at. And I make eye contact with him. And instead of saying like, "Hi, nice to meet you in person," I literally look at him and I was like, "Are you leaving?" And he's like, "I've been trying to figure out how to get out of here for the last 30 minutes. And I was like, "Let's go. Don't even introduce ourselves." And we just start giggling and trying to get out of this place. And he's like, "Thank God I ran into you. I was literally so lost." And I'm like, "I'll find an escape route." So that's how we bonded. We love Brooks. Maybe I'll ski with him.
Actually, I've been out with you a few times now, and right when we get there, I notice that you do this thing where you plan your escape before we've even gotten to the event, really. Like, we're walking through the doors, and you're like, exit over here. Like we're
I also
literal
like to know where
spies.
the poop room is. I like to know where the bathroom is if I have an urgent, poop urgency.
Like I can tell when you're surveying the room of like what's the best exit strategy for us. I love that. I love an exit strategy.
As a woman, you always need to know how to get the out as quickly as possible.
So true.
I feel like when you're younger, you like to be in rooms full of a lot of people, and then as you get older, you're just like, where's the air?
No, it's my nightmare. And also, like, I go through, when you're, like, talking to people and in your head, you're kind of doing, like, a running list of, like, okay, what can we talk about now? Like, when I get down to, like, my last 2 or 3 things, I'm taking out my phone and calling my Uber, signaling to that person that, like, I'm done here.
I'm so bad at getting out of conversations. Like, I'll be like, I need to get out of this, but then I feel like I need to ask a good follow-up question as the interviewer in me, so it just really is not good.
I'm really good at like when I can take the opportunity to like turn my body to say something to someone else to get out of it another conversation, and then I say one thing and then that's my exit. Like I don't have to start a full conversation with the new person. Maybe I just ask them one question or something, and then that's when I'm like, phone, Uber, bye everyone.
You're like, I'm running into an elevator, and they're like, we can see you. There's no elevator.
I put my phone up to my ear. I'm like, oh, you guys are breaking up. I can't really hear you. Bye.
Oh my God, there's static. I can't hear you. The signal's so bad.
They're like, you're in person. Guys, we still have tickets on sale for some of our live shows. And we've added a second show to literally everywhere. Austin, Texas was just announced. We're doing a comedy festival again.
Oh, yeah.
I think they think we're different people, but we'll take it.
But yeah, we have tickets available in Durham, Charlotte, Charleston, Houston, Dallas, Denver, Phoenix, a couple left in San Diego, Philadelphia, Huntington, Strong Island, let's go, Minneapolis, and Chicago, which is so exciting.
So exciting. We also came back with our See You in Court new like graphic tee and our I Hate Men tour graphic tee, but everyone is saying that the pre-order is like already sold out.
Really?
Yeah.
So yeah, we brought back our favorite comfy black shirts that say See You in Court that you guys have to get. Also, do you mind if I tell my stand-up dates?
I would love if you told your stand-up dates.
Okay. I have Alabama coming up, Nashville, Tennessee, Burlington, Vermont, San Diego, Irvine, West Palm Beach, Miami, Connecticut, and Salt Lake City with Brooks.
Let's do it. All right. Thank you guys for giggling with us.
We love you guys so much. And if you think of any icks that you guys have of us, let us know. Bye.